Hello everybody, it's me, and welcome back to the video. Now, in this one, we're going to be looking at Cosmiore. Now, mostly because I checked the wiki page. Sometimes when I'm like, okay, what do I want to showcase? I'll check the wiki page, then I'll check the comments. And on the top of the wiki page was Loomian Park, obviously, Solnecta, Cosmiore, Obsidragon, and there was one other one which I forgot. But I already did Solnecta. Not many people are too interested in Obsidragon, and then there was Cosmir. Then I remembered Eager was recently reworked, so we're going to be taking a look at it today. Now, I need to get into the set before you're confused by why I have Heavy Shackles and then Nimble. It'll make a lot of sense when I get there. But yeah, here we have our Cosmir running the secret ability, and our whole goal is to try to throw out damage as much as possible. Listen. Read the ability. Your attacks deal 50% more damage, but you cannot use support moves or items. It's literally a carbon copy clone. A clone of Berserk. Realistically, the only two moves you're ever clicking are Psycho Blast, Meteor Crash. You could make an argument that, hey, what if I want to use Fire Sand because your attacks are boosted, not just your stabs or your range attack. Yeah, you can make that argument, but I just don't think it's worth it. It's kind of sad because, like, this thing went from being, like, I don't know. This thing went from really hard-hitting goggle user to just kind of there. I do think that Cosmiore really needs coverage options, but we're going to try this out anyway. The TPs are very simple. We have 36 energy, or 36 health, sorry, which is just leftovers. I have to give 64 energy to get to 300 energy to click a ton of Meteor Crashes and Psycho Blasts. And then 200 range attack and 200 speed, so reach as fast as possible and deal as much damage as possible. Now, is this going to be super great? I don't know. We're going to try it out and see what it's like. And also, we have Heavy Shackles for one specific reason. That because our ability ignores items, like we can't use them, we can still hold them. So if there's a barter user that we're worried about, we just go into Cosmiore and then basically they don't get any value because of Heavy Shackles. You could technically also make the argument of using a restrictive item, so something like a Venolin could go and be like completely useless. But we're not too stressed about it. But hopefully that you all enjoy. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Alrighty, here we go into the first one. Alrighty. I mean, our Psycho Blast is pretty strong. I guess we could have made the argument of Lashent being something that we could Fire Slam. I guess there's no real reason to not run Fire Slam, but you're just like never gonna click it. I really hope Cosmir gets more moves. It's sad because you can't use support moves or items. This is like the only options you have. I think it's funny though. This kind of kills their entire team if I play it right. I know what 5 they're bringing because they have a Weebolt for some reason. So I can really just play around countering that. This also kind of one-shots their entire team. My god. Gloves boosted, hasty boosted, outburst from a Kolan is gonna hurt, dude. And then I feel like I can go Waba, right? This team feels fine. It's really Dakota that we kind of have to be worried about, but it shouldn't be too bad. It should not be too bad. As there is an Imperior lead into our Wobelisk. Now, Imperiors, generally, this is resentful. I'm just gonna go for one layer of barb, see what they go for. Let's go for a Boom Bash. Okay, they are damaged. They are Demoglio. And because Imperiors that run resentful generally like to be as frail as possible, we can assume that this is foolish with no defense routines. Or range defense, sorry. So, I'm gonna use my moves. Well, there's this game that my friend group have been playing recently, and it is called Jump Stars. It's like Brawl Stars, but Roblox and anime characters. And it's pretty cool. I just think there's a really bad part about the game being their character obtainment, which, if you don't know, their character obtainment method is gambling. I know I can't say that, but it's a gacha. And I think you can say the dreaded G word, but you just can't like promote it or say anything about it. But yeah, basically, their whole gacha system is having to use RNG, which in my opinion is a really bad system. I don't really like their system, because there's a character that I want to play, but yeah, I'm stuck, right? I'm stuck behind like this wall that I can't get past, and I need to and yeah, okay, hold up, what is this? I'm looking at something and I'm stuck behind this wall of being unable to get this character that I want to play. Generally, in most games that I play the healer. Just generally. And in this game, there is a single character that can heal your allies. And it's an epic rarity, which is the second lowest rarity in the entire game. So I'm like, ooh, this hurts. Ooh. Okay. What kind of sucks? Oh, actually, it doesn't really kind of suck. I was going to say that I can't really hit the Garbantus very hard, but I wing slap. But yeah, it kind of sucks because they have a character banner, and then every 15 minutes there is a new like boost on that character, on a specific character, and I just witnessed the banner go from a character named Gojo to Gojo. Like, dude, this is dumb. I've seen the character that I want on the banner twice, both of which I summoned on, because man, I really want to play that character, but it is just not been working out. But I'm excited when I get her, because she throws out M1s that heal, and then she can put up a wall that has 4,000 health, which blocks off enemies from walking through it, and they have to deal damage to it to break it. So it's kind of like a getaway tool, you know? A counter dive, kinda. And it counters Gojo himself, because oh my god, that character's broken. And I'm only really learning about the characters' names because of this game. I don't watch anime. I think a lot of people know that I do not watch anime. Can I can just kill this, right? Because Resentful isn't broken anymore. It kind of sucks, actually. So I'm going to heal before Resentful takes effect. I'm going to be completely fine. Yeah, Resentful's trash. Thank goodness. Because God, Imperior's never fun to fight. Also, Terafly's just winning, it seems. I have kind of just won the game with Terafly. I have to send Cosmir in somehow. I guess if they go Dakota. Yeah. What is that sound? Hello? I don't know what that sound was. I guess, yeah, I'll just wing slap. It actually has a good chance to not kill. Just because... That is an animation? Yeah, it has a good chance to not kill just because it's wing slap. Okay. Hello? What is that? Oh, there's someone out there. I can't really go Cosmiore. I guess I go Tsukame and I Seesong, and if they end up being Dakota, which they... Oh, they have Dakota Charonix are their lasts. Okay, so Tsukame's pretty much useless now. I should live this. Ugh. Okay, we can go into Cosmir now. Oh, no, Terafly putting in work there. Love to see it. I kind of like this, like, core of 4 Loomians that I have. Of Hog, Protagon, Wamba, and Tsukame. And I'll kind of, like, swap out the 3 every video to make it more exciting, so I'm not just using the same, like, 6 Loomians and replace one of them. Okay, anyway, we're in this situation now. Psychoblast is just better to go for, just because it has a chance to lower range defense. But yeah, I'm kind of sad, because there was so much hype around Cosmir Cracked being able to run goggles with ranged guerrilla tactics. It was a big hype thing back then. And now it just kind of sucks. It's kind of sad. I actually do outspeed this, which is cool. I have that rare opportunity where this thing with a lower speed stat actually can outspeed. But I don't know. I'm just kind of sad because I think Cosmir has been done really dirty. It's been nerfed so many times and it's never been compensated for it. It got Fire Slam, which cool, I guess. But man, desperately needs new moves. Oh my... Okay, I was going to say. Ugh. Why? Why are you not going to, like, play like this? Ow. Well, it's only Charonix after this, and I did not bring... Oh, shoot. Actually, we lose to Charonix if Kolan misses. No, please! It cannot come down to this. If Kolan misses, I lose the game to Tyrannics. Oh my god! Wait, this thing's doing damage. Hello? What? And I lowered the range defense, so I guess like Waba can just beat it now. Because actually, does Waba ignore the minuses? I'm not really sure. Well, let's see. Do we miss? Do we win the game? Do we lose? Let's see what happens. Is this gonna take forever, or are we just gonna win on the spot? Here we go! 504! We hit it, and he's dead! Just punched the microphone with my little headset microphone. GG. Hello. Let's do this. Why did I think I was doing an intro? What the heck is wrong with me? Alright. I believe I have this on the wrong setting. I never liked dealing with Pyroland. I've always found it very boring. I do like Terafly here, though, again. I think... Never mind. I don't. I was looking at the team. I thought it was fine. I saw Lachette. I was like, ooh, nice. But then I looked like the rest of the team and then decided against that idea. I kind of really need Hognosh to survive the onslaught that is Zulon, which I have no switches into. So maybe Terafly is actually the play, because after a Drudge, the only thing that really walls me would be Obsy and Tyrex, so I just keep setting up. But I guess if it's Obsy, I just go insta Cosmiore, which then does get a solid Meteor Crash. Then if I go into this, I can beat that. This is going to be more of a game of, like, who is going to be calling out switches. I think that's what it is. Bye. Yeah, I'd rather not. Dude, I was talking about how I made I think I already mentioned this. I know it's a Rune Slayer thing, but I was playing it earlier, and I managed to actually finally level up my Spellblade build that I've had conceptualized for a while, and actually managed to level it up, get it all the way there. So I did that, and turns out it's actually very, very good. In PvP, at least. In PvE, I think it's, like, fine. Just because there's a racial ability that I'm using that, like, makes it so people can't really move when I hit them. So they're kind of, like, stuck. So using that logic, hold up, what are they going into? Okay, so this is more of a thing of, like, obvious plays, I'm assuming. But yeah, basically the entire point of my build is to pretty much lock people down and then hit them with moves that are, like, in a single area. That's kind of the whole point of the build. And I actually managed to get it finished, and the combo that I was going for the entire time is actually a true combo. So that was very, very cool. Okay, so no, this guy is just like, hey, don't do what he's doing. What he's doing is he's switching guys in and just like trying to immediately beat what I have out on the field, when you really shouldn't do that, because right now he's giving me the advantage. Like right now I could Fiery Fondant and I don't really have to worry too much about it, because I mean, I feel like I can fire. I'm just gonna throw out damage. They actually stay in. Probably gonna be a Zip Zap, which means if I Fiery Fondant and then they go into Stratosaur, maybe I should have gone for a Rejuvenate. No, there's no point to Rejuvenate. I should have enough health. Hopefully. Ancient Roar. But yeah, so there's this subclass in the game, in Rune Slayer. It's called Sorcerer. And basically what it does, it has this passive. Yeah, see, this is what he's doing. See, he's instantly trying to answer the thing I have on the field. Like, instantly. And that is his problem right now, is I am just easily able to get just ridiculously solid damage on him. And, okay. What are they going into here? Pyroland. This does not stop my Zip Zap. This does not stop it. I guess he's assuming it does. It doesn't really stop anything that happens here. Unless he clicks Peace of Mind, and then I'm kind of like in a weird spot where I'm just going to go into Kirolan and not worry about anything. We're going to play Sukame first. See what they go for. It is Palm, so it's one of these Pyrolins that's just looking to, like, wall the entire game. I mean, my Kolan can just deal way too much damage, so I'm fine with this. I see no problem with it. As they go for an immediate fire... Is this Volcanic? No. It's definitely Fanning Flame, then. I'm going to see Song, activate what's most likely... Yep. With the damage that Sea Song did... No, I don't want to say that I can kill it with Cosmir going to Kolan. Kolan has a higher speed stat, and at the moment, there's nothing that can switch in against it, like, really, really well. I can also Mega Kick, which kind of, like, guarantees that Tyrex can't come in. But I'm an Outburst. Yes. Down goes Pyro. Kolan is one of my favorite Loomians. Like, just to use in general, because I love the design. I think the design is very, very cool. But I also like how fun it is to use, because it has the highest raw damage output in the entire game. It has 504 melee attack just at raw base. That's how much damage it does, because of all the multipliers of damage it is stacking on top of itself. So when using that, it is very cool to just one-shot stuff, because 504 attack is really hard to beat. It's very hard. Especially once it gets Blaze Rush, you can go Sharpen and Blaze Rush, and then the entire game is yours. So, this is that one scenario that I was talking about. If he has an item. Interesting. So, he opted to Poison Barb knowing I had Cosmir, or Cognosh right there. I mean, solid play on his part, but I am a little confused by it. Because if I kept Hognosh on the field and I just went for an attack, then you don't gain anything out of it. Okay, we have late game hazards up. So, more likely than not, Cosmir might be going down here, because I don't think I could have Hognosh take that much chip damage against Zulong. Zulong is still a pretty big threat. This is going to airstrike me. So, let me think. Zulong, Tyrex is still alive, so I need Tsukami. Kind of. My Mega Kick is looking really strong right now, though. I mean, I don't see Cosmir being useful, because it dies to Shadowsaur, it dies to Zulong, it can't hit Tyrex. You know, Cosmir's kind of useless at this point. We might as well just Psycho Blast, just get a little bit of damage if we can. Oh, we called him out. Does this kill? Nah, rip. Would have been very cool. And Jetstream again? No, they go for raw airstrike. Ouch. Yeah, we're definitely we're so dead. Holy crap. We are dead. But yeah, the Spellblade that I made in Rune Slayer is definitely gonna be like the PvP build that I'll bring if I'm like soloing or something like that. And I think it's a very, very strong build. Nothing really feels like it could be countered. Just, I don't know. I have a bunch of frame 1 attacks. I have consistent ways, but yeah, the subclass I went with is called Sorcerer. Now, I know some people that like actually play Rune Slayer are probably like, bleh! Sorcerer, right? Probably freaking out about that. Trust me, I found tech. It's very cool. Anyway, they went Tyrex as I went for Energy Surge. We're not gonna get too much damage here, but it'll be solid. This is kind of going to be a problem to beat, in all honesty, because Protogon can't come in that much more. They have Zulong, Stratosaur, and Tyrex left. Every time I get Kolan on the field, something dies. Every time I do. I mean, right now, they're not in a good spot. Nothing can really survive everything. He's just gonna kill this, though. But Kolan gets a kill right after. Okay, so we go Kolan here. It gets a kill right after. I don't believe Protogon is in a good spot either. I'm gonna go Kolan. And then I can just Mega Kick. And if they go Zulong, I can go Hog. And then I just go for Baneful Bash because no matter what happens at that point, I will get some kind of value. I mean, no, I don't think Fire Slam kills, so I'm just gonna Mega Kick. I'll hit it. Boom! Ginormous raw damage output. Well, Stratosaur just means Protagon. So yeah, I can stack Carol in here. It literally does not do anything anymore. Yeah, I mean, there was no point for me to keep this around. So now we can go... I mean, actually, no, Energy Surge covers for everything also. Because it'll kill Stratosaur, and if they go Zulong, it dies, and then we just Energy Surge and kill the Stratosaur right after. Yeah, I can just Energy Surge. It covers everything. Any option that he has, it will just die. Unless he thinks, oh, Electric Move's coming out because super effective. But no, he did not think that. He, in fact, just died. Which means Hoganosh will just end up winning the game. Unless this is anticlimactic and this just ends up being non-very nimble, then this is kind of anticlimactic. Okay. Anticlimactic. Okay. G. Freaking G. You know, I think this is quite a boring Loomian to use. Unfortunately, I just think, like, because of the nerfs to Eager and Berserk, it's just kind of boring. There's not really, like, any complexity to it. Because, okay, there wasn't much complexity to it before, but it doesn't do enough damage, and it doesn't have any more than 2 good damaging moves. Cosmir desperately needs a buff. In my opinion, it's probably one of the most needed Loomians in terms of a buff. It just doesn't do anything, especially the Cracked form. I think Cracked is in the worst position right now, because at least with Unleashed, it got that 25% more damage with Ancient moves, so it actually has some kind of form of damage boosting. This one does have a form of damage boosting, but doesn't have the coverage options. It just, I don't know. I just don't think it's in a good spot at all. But I hope that you all enjoyed, and I'll see everyone in the next one. Bye!